everybody, this is Robert People of RobertPeople.com, and thanks for joining me on People's Court. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, People's Court 79. Again, People's Court 79 on Instagram and on Twitter. Okay, today's Thursday, November 1st, first day of November, and we all know in 5 days, along with all the a lot of states are having early voting going on right now, but November 6th is general election, so go ahead, check to see what's going on in your area, but keep in mind, mark those calendars, November 6th. Okay, today I'm going to talk a bit about all our troops, what the president is doing, and all our troops that he's sending down to the Mexico border. Okay, now I'm going to start with this. Okay, I've just retired in August after serving on active duty Army for 21 years. So I know a little bit about this. And I'm going to cut right to the chase. The president is wasting government resources for personal gain. There is no argument. There is no debate about any of that. He's trying to instill fear in the public by making this caravan, this group of people coming up from Honduras, to be worse than they are. We're calling it an invasion. They're being made out to be far more dangerous. Now, what I find interesting is that the same people who just 2 years ago, as Donald Trump, as they followed behind him, of course, they followed blindly behind him, the same people who were running around because he was calling people snowflakes, especially if you were liberal, if they thought you were liberal, they just called you a snowflake if you had a problem with anything. It's funny how those same individuals now all of a sudden are scared to death of who? Primarily women and children walking up here from nearly 1,000 miles away. And they haven't made much progress since all this started. So it's not like they're on some mad crusade where they're just down the street from the border. They're still, goodness, maybe 2 months away, month and a half, they're walking. No intelligence that the U.S. government has them as dangerous whatsoever. They don't have weapons. They're not coming up here armed and, tanks. And I mean, the way some people talk, that's what you would think. That they're going to just bull rush through the border. No. Seeking asylum from other countries, that's legal. I know some of you Trump supporters aren't worried about legalities or even facts, as long as as long as your boy is telling you to think one way or the other. But seeking asylum is legal, and what they're doing is coming up to seek asylum, to apply for asylum. There's nobody overrunning anything. If we had some type of intelligence that stated that somebody's intending to try to overrun the border, then I can understand where all this talk about invasion, all this nonsense about and why all these troops are needed. We're talking about nearly 15,000 now, at a maximum, as of today at least. Now, while we can sit here and do all this in supporting him, Trump supporters, let me let y'all in on a little something else. Here's something else where you're tripping over yourselves with, among all the many other things, especially as you're continuing to support someone who couldn't care less about you, who does not believe you are smart enough to not back him up no matter what he does. Yeah, he's pretty much told you that when he said he would shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue, and you'll still be dumb enough to believe in him and everything he stands for. But let me break something down for you. Remember when Colin Kaepernick took a knee? And first thing you all said was how much how much he's disrespecting troops, how dare he, and all this and that. Well, Donald Trump, in his efforts to scare you, in his efforts to rile you up, in his efforts to try and distract from the midterm elections going on right now, he's disrespecting our troops by, for one, having a completely unnecessary and insane amount of soldiers going to a border to do what? To do what? What rhetoric has Trump expressed? Has he shown to that explains that this is for any reason other than just simply scare the public, to make it look like he's a hero and he's doing something to really fix this problem? As opposed to humanitarian mission. A humanitarian mission, for those of you who don't know, that's basically meaning that they're going to go there to provide supplies, food, water, things like that. This is not a humanitarian mission at all. Now, if that's what was going on, that would be okay. Then it would make sense to have. It wouldn't even make sense to have that many troops even in that situation. But that would sound a little better than we're sending troops in case we're invaded. Okay, that we're not invaded. This is not an invasion. And for everybody saying that they're illegal, that they're illegal coming here, y'all need some serious education. They're not here yet. They're not illegal being in their country. That's like saying that's like when the police arrested me because I'm on the block that they think I'm going to rob a liquor store. If I just happen to walk down that block and they say, "Oh yeah, you might do this," so there you go. Even if I said I'm going to go and do that. But anyway, let's come back to this. So, no invasion is going on. And look at the time period. Look where we are right now. It is November. Chances are these troops aren't going to go there for a few days. It's November, which means Thanksgiving is coming up. Christmas is coming up. Remember, all of you who had such a problem with troops being disrespected, so you say, just because football players took a knee, they took a knee. What soldier was displaced, moved around, sent here or there as a result of Colin Kaepernick took a knee? How many soldiers died as a result of that? How many soldiers were taken away from family members? How many lost holidays? Couldn't spend time with their spouses and their children as a result of Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. Y'all can save that foolishness about taking a knee being disrespectful to the soldiers when Donald Trump is doing what he's doing right now. And it is for his personal gain, nothing more. That's it. Period. I'm not presenting this as a debate topic. I'm not presenting this as something where we can sit and have tea and little cookies and cupcakes and all that. He's doing this for his own personal gain, and something's wrong with your head if you don't see that. The military we're talking about. We're the same ones who are supposed to fight ISIS. Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, North Korea, but now we need to send so many troops to the border for what? In case one of the little children throws a teddy bear at them? I mean, they're walking. These people are walking up. And they've made it clear they're here to apply for asylum. Now, I'm not going to play stupid. I do such a lousy job of playing stupid sometimes. I can only do that so much. These are brown-skinned individuals. Trump has a problem with it. He has a problem with them coming up. He knows that if he riles his base enough, which doesn't take much these days, since so many of you are going to support him no matter what, with zero standards, you're going to have a problem too. Now, with everyone who's here illegally, what did most of you say? Well, why don't they just come here and apply to be citizens the right way? So how can they do that if you're sending the military, if we're sitting here sending the military after them as they're on their way up here to apply, to be here legally? How can that happen? Y'all forgetting a whole lot of stuff that y'all said before. Whole lot. Because y'all sitting here blindly following this president who doesn't know a damn thing about what he's doing. And that's about the nicest way I can put it. But with all these, when these folks were being sent back, families were being separated, children were being pulled from mom and dad, first thing coming out of your mouths was, well, they just did it legally and they just applied and did everything like they were supposed to by the book. This wouldn't happen. What do you think they're coming up from Honduras for? To do just that, to apply. To do it legally. And what are y'all talking about now? Soldiers, the same troops that you all Trump supporters claim to care so much about, when a black football player decides to exercise his constitutional right, the same soldiers you claim to care so much about, you don't give a damn about right now that they're about to miss Thanksgiving and Christmas with their families because we have a president, or we have somebody occupying that position at least, who's so full of himself, thanks to his base, that he doesn't care what's going on with them right now. Misuse of government resources. Misuse. The military is not here for the president to do whatever he feels like. No, there are rules, there are regulations that say when they're supposed to be used. And I'm going to say something else too. I mentioned that I served for 21 years. I'm going to tell you right now, don't listen to people who haven't served or who served one enlistment or got kicked out in basic and all that. Because a whole lot of people talking haven't served a day in the military. And I'm not putting down service. Service is service. Okay, one enlistment or 10, all of it is respectable. But a whole lot of people talking never served a day in their lives. Don't let them try to dictate the conversation. They have no say in what the rules and regulations state. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to run into a whole lot of people with more than 21 years serving who are going to tell me, oh, Robert, you're wrong because the regulations say this. Don't listen to people who have never served trying to tell you, oh, this is how it works. You have no freaking clue how it works. You are blindly following this person, this individual who's occupying the Oval Office because you don't know any better. Because you don't have the good sense to say, to develop standards and say, okay, you know what? Can't support everything he does. To be bold enough to say, you know what? Got to stand up for this. Got to say, no, this ain't right. Where is your respect for the soldiers now? All you supported Trump and you hated that Colin Kaepernick was kneeling because it disrespects the truth. Where is your respect for them now? Speak up. You had all that to say when a black man was protesting. Speak up now. Put your money where your mouth is. Show that you have a brain for yourself and you can think for yourself. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. Robert People of RobertPeople.com. People's Court 79, Instagram and Twitter. Again, People's Court 79 on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you next time.